Great.
My mom actually likes younger dudes, which is disgusting to me.
Wait, what's younger? Like 28 or
Ugh,
35?
I can't.
Like in their 30s.
That's fair. I can see it.
I recently went on a date with a 28-year-old. When I tell you, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
I'm doing
Because-
anything.
Did he
And
ask
mind
you
you-
what you bring to the table?
And mind you, he's very mature. And he was all over
Text.
me.
Which there's chat
No,
GPT.
even in person. No, even in person.
All right.
And he's very established, for a 28-year-old. I was actually very impressed by him. That's why I even went out with him. But I couldn't just get past the thought that he is 10 years older than my daughter. I couldn't get past the thought. It kind of stuck with me, and I'm like, I can't. Like, and he was just like, it's just nothing. Like, and I'm like, no.
As soon as you say that, you already know age is something. Like, if you start bringing up age about it not being a factor, that's how you know that you're too young or too old.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Like, no.
But so you just stop talking to
Yeah,
him?
he still hits me up, and he still always be like, oh, like, give me time again, whatever. I'd be like,
So that was it. It was just because he's 10 years older than your daughter, 10
Yeah.
years younger than you.
yeah, I couldn't. I always said that I would never date younger than me. But now I'm starting to look at younger men because a lot of younger men be on me, like a lot. And as long as they're established or in a certain space, then I don't mind, entertaining a little bit to see. But no, that one I was just like, I can't.
So going back to like what I was bringing up about right now, there are more women having children over the age of 40. I think first and foremost, having a couple, I don't know how you even have that energy. I would never sign up to be a new parent at 42, 43, 45.
Yeah.
Because that waking up every 2, 3 hours, 4 hours for a year is not for the weak. And I don't have energy as it is now, right? So I don't know, but I do see, and so in that study, I didn't see like the age. I didn't see the dynamic with the relationship. So I didn't see the age of the man. I didn't see if they were married. I didn't see if they were together. But what I did see is I'm like, that's so upsetting that for the first time in life, you're seeing people opt out of having a family at first. That's what I noticed in my own personal perspective.
Do you think you really think that's upsetting?
It's upsetting because right now the family dynamic is in shambles in terms of being a desirable thing that actually people are working towards.
But that's probably why people are less likely to want to start a family right away. It is that stigma that you just said that is causing people to be that way. I know because I've had conversations with people, and you're right, 1,000%. People aren't leaning towards marriage and creating a family right away. They're not. But I'm not mad at it because I feel like it gives people a chance to learn themselves and like experience. And when they're ready, then you make a unit. Because if you make a unit too quick, that's when shit starts happening.
And I do agree with that. And I'm not saying be an adolescent or be, I'm not saying be 20, right? And have a kid and a family, especially in 2025.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is 40 is literally double the age of what I just gave you. And I feel like at that point, there's never going to be a point in time where, one, you're ready for a child.
1,000%.
Two, you're going to understand who you are.
People definitely do try, though.
Yeah, you can try, but the second you have that baby, whoever you
change,
thought you were,
change,
you're
exactly.
not. It's done. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? And some people get more mature. Some people get more lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be different. And you never know how that child is going to affect you. So
For sure.
I just think that what's happening right now is that we are in, like, that was for me to put the stamp. We are in a selfish era. We don't care about family. We don't care about building. We don't even care. We don't care about any of the well-being for our generation. We don't care about being ancestors. If that sounds crazy, but that's really what it is, right? We don't care about being that person who our family could be proud of. We care about living our life. We care about, 20 to 35, let's just say that range of just experiencing life for all that we can.
Yeah.
And the problem is you're actually robbing, I personally believe like you're robbing your child when you're an old parent. because like the fact that I could go out and I can coach, my kids and run around with them and be like understand, even though it's like, I don't use their terminology, but I can understand it. I find it funny and humorous. There's a different type of relationship that we have. I have a couple friends who have fathers who are 70 and they're like 32, 33. The father's 70 years old. He's out of, like, he has no idea what's going on. Zero. He's out of touch with life, right? Like he's already planning his exit, right? And you are kind of just starting becoming a man. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're robbing that child of that experience of actually having a parent as an adult. And I think that's crazy to me.
I feel like the perfect age, because I had my first daughter when I was 16 and my second daughter when I was 22. So I feel like the perfect age is in your 30s. Like, I think that is the perfect.
But what, 32 or 39? There's a big difference.
Not 39, obviously. Somewhere in the middle. I think somewhere in the middle is a perfect age, in my opinion, from my own experience and from watching other people's experience as well. I do not think, although I feel like you're right, it is like a selfish error. I don't think it's that bad of a thing. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people are also traumatized. Like people are scared. People are a mess, outside. It's rough out there.
I feel like people are more traumatized at 40 than they are at 20.
Yeah, you're right. But guess what? A lot of those people at that age have already done some type of work on themselves. Either they gone to therapy, they did shadow work, they read books. Like 40, those people are already starting to understand their traumas.
Well, or maybe they're starting to understand the consequences of their actions.
That too.
Right? I think I don't want to tie them both together because I feel like there's trauma that you were just in an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
And then there's traumas where you placed yourself through bad decision making.
1,000%.
Right? So when you're 28 and 29 and you decide to, go on a yacht. She stuck her tongue out. Let's make sure we get a close up on that. And you want to go on a yacht, and let's just say, this is no offense, no shade. You sleep with, let's say, 5 married men, and now for the next 10 years, you think all married men are cheaters,
mistress.
Right? You traumatize yourself.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a trauma that you
dealt. But that exists, and there's a lot of people walking around with that trauma.
But that exists because there was no desire to start and actually be intentional on having a family.
Yeah.
So when you experience people too much, you will be tainted. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter about...
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How long you take or it doesn't matter about how careful you try to be. The longer you are out in the wilderness, the colder you will be.
No, it's true. Right. It's true. And I definitely don't recommend somebody having babies super old, right? Because it does rob your child to some extent. I experienced that with my ex. My ex is more on the older side. He's in his 40s, doesn't have no kids. And we discussed that, and I explained to him just like that. That was my exact explanation. Like, think about it. If you have a son, and he's at this age where now he's playing football, you're going to throw that football, your back is going to hurt. You're going to be like, oh, shit. Yeah. Like, you're not even going to be able to run with your son. You're going to be able to do anything with him because you're more on the older side. But some people carry those fears. Like, they want to be mentally ready, physically ready, financially ready. But like you said, you're never ready. You're never ready.
And financially ready, and I do understand that because there is definitely a line where you can get to and you'd be like, yeah, I'm financially ready. But for me, I didn't kick into overdrive until I really had my daughter. That was what made me kick until
Of course.
You get a different
boost. You have a whole human that you're responsible for.
Yeah.
I
legit, actually saw her.
You are responsible for everything that they eat, everything that they wear, everything about them.
I think for me, it wasn't real until it was real. She was pregnant the whole time, obviously.
And it wasn't real.
But I'm like, all right. But the second, I got the video, the second, she came out and she's looking at the lights and she looked at me, but I don't think the babies can really see, right?
A little blurry.
Yeah, it's all blurry. So then she looked at me and I was like, if I don't feed you, you die? I said, take the baby, I'll be right back. Right? And I swear, like that week, I just started knocking out deal after deal after deal after deal after deal. And I was going crazy. And that, and that's for me was the point where I probably got the most stable, right? Because I had money, but I was frivolous and stupid, I was talking to my friend about this, and I'm like, yo, it's crazy because you can make $25,000 a week and still live check to check because you just blowing shit.
Facts.
Because you blowing it. And you having fun. 10,000 at the club. I don't care. I'm getting it back next week. Till that next week stop. Now you think about everything you just spent. Right? You think about all the bottles you want back. You think about all the girls that kind of owe you money or pussy. Either or. Right? Like,
not money or pussy.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I think that, and I was just talking to my friend about this. So we have some big business in play. And he was saying to me, he was like, yo, I need therapy before this check clears. And I was like, why? It's like, because I know I'm going to do some wild shit with it. He said there's a part of him that was just, he said, feels like was in jail doing push-ups. Can't wait to come out. He's like
he's spending his money in his head already.
Yeah, like he's living it already, which is cool, right? Part of manifesting. But that person is detrimental, and that person is there. And he was saying, it's like, I brought that up because he was saying, you're lucky you have a family because it's going to keep you grounded, like, because no matter what, you're going to float, but you're going to always have a reminder. He said for him, he's just going to be lost at bay, right? So I'm like, yeah, bro, I get it. But I say all that to say being financially ready, you don't really know.
You're right.
And you don't know until you have your kid because
I agree. Look, I had my daughter at 16. You think I was financially ready for a baby at 16? Like,
talk about it.
I have my struggle days, like real struggle days.
I know, Miss
Eating rice
Kearney.
and eggs. Like,
Miss Kearney.
you feel me? So it's, if God gives you a baby, like, you just gotta make it work. Unfortunately, you gotta do what you gotta do.